Hi guys, I am Isa. Today we're going to learn how to make a calculator in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Right, so first I'm just generating my HTML documents. I don't really know the. So I'm gonna make a div with the class of container. Inside that div will be another div with the class of calculator. So inside that calculator, I'm gonna have another div with the class of screen, or yeah, I'm just gonna call it screen for now. Because they have 0. Okay, no, it's not a class, it's a text box. So, I'm just gonna call it screen. So, div class screen, just gonna make it to say 0 for now. So, I'm also gonna add a button. Because the class of btn, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 0, plus, minus, multiply, divide. So, I'm gonna make a div dot buttons. So I'm just gonna put the end of this div here. So let me just speed this up a little. So let me just indent all these buttons, to make the code look better. So I'm gonna select it from here and indent. Right, so now we have our buttons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, plus, minus, multiply, and divide. And I'm pretty sure there was a symbol for division. Okay, yeah, there, it's the division symbol. So, oh, okay, never mind. The division symbol doesn't show properly. I just could use the usual slash. We have so many buttons. If we're using Windows, it's gonna look a little different, but if we style it, it's gonna come together. Alright, so I'm gonna add a link to the CSS file, or no. So we're gonna link to style.css. So I'm gonna create style.css. So in it, we're to say buttons, dot buttons. So dot buttons, display grid. So yeah, wait grid. So I'm going to say grid template rows. 1 F4, 1 F4, 1 F4. Grid template columns. 1 F4, 1 F4, 1 F4. So let me just open this. It's back to elements. So this is the buttons class. So grid. Well, anyways, so I'm going to say dot buttons btn dot btn grid row. Okay, there's like 2. Yeah, never mind. Let me just so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So give me a sec. Let me just get rid of all of these for now. So I'm gonna say click another div called group 1. Or just group. So there I'm gonna put the button with the class of btn. It has 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm gonna keep copying it. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, plus minus multiply and divide. So I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, plus, minus, multiply, and divide. So that looks like that. Instead of saying display grid, I'm going to say display block. So now it looks much better this way. I'm going to say dot container, display flex, align items center, justify content center. So that looks like that. So yeah. So I have the containers as the calculator class. I'm gonna say dot calculator. Just gonna give it a background of, I don't know, gray or something. Padding of 20 px. Also more like padding of 10 px. And a border radius of 20 px. Right, so now I have this. So I'm gonna give it the screen class, so dot screen. Set the background to white. Padding will be 10 px. So I'm also going to say border radius, go to 5 px. Now it's time to start the buttons. I'm going to say dot buttons. So I'm going to say dot btn. I'm going to refer to each of the specific buttons. Say padding 5 px, 10 px. So like that. I'm going to say margin 5 px, border none, and color will be gray. Gonna make it a little bit lighter. I mean the background. So I'm going to say border radius 4 px, 5. So I'm going to, it's like 20 px here to increase their padding on the other side. So yeah, I'm also going to say font size 18 px. For the screen, the font size will be 22 px. But I'm going to say everything. Font family be monospace. So for the BTN, I'm going to say cursor, pointer. I'm going to say dot BTN hover. I'm gonna copy the background from here. Make it a little bit lighter. We're going to change the padding to 8 px, 18 px. I'm going to say .btn active. Let the background to be a little bit darker. So now you can click on these buttons. Let me just make it to reset the padding back to normal. Or maybe even make it bigger, like 12 px, 22 px. Okay, so now we've done styling and stuff. So after that is JavaScript. So I'm going to the end of the document. I'm going to say scripts, source script.js. So for this screen, I'm gonna give it an ID of screen, and this btn1, and then with an ID of btn1. I'm gonna do the same thing for every other button. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'm going to change the BTN 1, BTN 2, 3, 4, and also 5, 6, 7, 8. So say BTN plus, BTN minus, BTN mul, BTN div. Now everything has their IDs. So in script.js, we're to say that screen equals documents.getElements by ID screen. So you can test this out by saying screen.value equal to high. Screen.innerText equals to high. You see that changes, so it's working properly. So I'm going to set one of the buttons, like let's say BTN1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Say BTN0, BTN1, BTN2, BTN3, BTN4, and all the other buttons. Alright, so now we have our buttons. I'm going to say btn1 dot btn0 dot add event listener click. I'm going to use a function. Oh yeah, I'm also going to say let's first dig. Oh wait a minute, I also need to add an equals button. btn equal. Now let's add btn eq. Once I've done with the other things. So that first dig equals 0. Let sign equals 0. Then I'll go semicolons. I'm going to say let last dig equals 0. So if 0 is pressed, first dig is equal to 0. I'm going to say screen.innerText plus equals first dig. So now it's working. So at the beginning, I want to make the screen.innerText have nothing in it. So now 0. Now we can make many zeros. So I'm going to do the same thing for the others. So I'm going to copy it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. BTN1, BTN2. Go replace all the variables names. We're also going to change the first digits. And so now we're finally done. It's like 6, 7, 3, 2, 0. Like I might say numbers, but these ones don't do anything yet. But we're about to fix that. So let me just copy this. So BTN plus, BTN minus, BTN bolt, BTN div, BTN EQ. Right, so yeah. So I'm going to copy this. Let's say btn plus. So the first one will be btn plus. Let's do a quick blah blah blah. I'm going to change the side variable. Side equals plus. Screen dot inner text plus equals plus. So here I'm going to say btn minus. So this will be minus, and this will also be minus btn mult, which for multiply, btn div for dividing. Now if you want it, you can say 66 plus 74 minus. Well, this is going to be an extremely simple calculator. It can only accept 1-digit numbers. We're gonna so yeah. So anyway, so now so sign equals div, it's screen dot text plus equals slash. So now I'm going to make a new variable called let sign underscore sign equals to false. So if this happens, then underscore sign equals to true. We'll copy this to all of them. So like if I open up the console, like 666, right, underscore sign, let's say false, but if I press plus, then that's underscore sign, it's gonna be true. So we're gonna have to change all these buttons. So I'll combinate for the sign. So I'm gonna say if, here, say if underscore sign go to true, then screen dot inner text plus equals first dig. We said no, it's not supposed to be there. So yeah, if underscore sign equals to true, then first dig equals 0, and screen dot inner text plus equals first dig. But I'm gonna say else. First dig equals 2. I'm gonna say last dig equals to 0. Screen dot inner text plus equals last dig. So I'm gonna change this to first dig plus equals 0. So here I'm gonna say last dig plus equals 0. So now it can do multiple numbers. So now I can retest it out. So if sign equals to first dig plus equals 0, so you press 0 but not. Let me say first dig is 0, but the last dig, well, it's obviously 0 because, you know, like we set it to that. So I'm gonna copy the script, paste it to the other things. Just gonna say first dig plus equals 1, and last dig plus equals 1. Okay, so after we've done 5 numbers, let's test it out, like, it's 32. Now let's go to our first dig. So, here we're gonna say if underscore sign equals false, not true. So if I say like 35, and now if I say the variable first stage going to be 8. Let's do that again, it's going to be 6. So instead of saying screen dot inner text equals to first stage, I'm going to say, whatever, I'm just going to leave like that. So now I've done all the numbers, like if I say 6, first stage 1. So if I say 6, the first stage would be 6, but the last stage would be 0, plus, what's it, plus 8. Now, if I say the last stage, it'll be 8, but the first stage, still be 6. So now, time for the equals sign. btn eq dot add event listener. EQ add event listener click. It's going to be a function. So if sign equals to, so if it's sign equals to plus, then I'm going to say screen dot inner text is equal to the screen dot inner text. If the sign is plus, it's going to be first dig plus last dig. Let's test it out. 6 plus 7 equals 13. Can't really work. That doesn't really work properly with multiple digits. But whatever. I'm gonna do one with multiple digits on another tutorial. So okay. So I'm gonna copy the sig. That's minus 1. So if sign equals minus, then it's gonna do minus. Sign equals mult, it's gonna multiply. Sign equals div, it's going to divide. Like 6 divided by 5 to 1.2. 7 divided by 5, 1.4. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So if I'm going to say 7 plus 6, so addition works. 8 minus 0. Subtraction works. 9 times 9, as this works. And division also works. So yeah, that's the end of today's tutorial. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe. So bye.